Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome again to my channel. In this video, we're going to be focusing on protecting the dashboard from being accessed without the user logging in. So as you saw within the last video, anybody can just type the URL dashboard there, and then obviously they gain access to the dashboard page without logging in. So in this video, we're going to be using filters to protect the dashboard from being accessed without a user logging in. So here within Eclipse, what I need to do is I need to create a package here. And I'll come down here and say filter. Then I'm going to say, let me just call it authenticate, or rather, let me just say authorize, authorization filter, and click next and finish. Oh, by the way, I made a mistake here. Let me just see. Oh, actually, I was supposed to put it within its own package. Apologies for that. I was supposed to say filters. Sorry for that, guys. Then I need to move this authentication filter within this package there. All right. Okay. So now the other thing is that here we need to set the URL pattern. So I have to say it's gonna equal to, and then here we will set it to all. All right. All right. So now here within the do get filter, we need to set the servlet properties there. So what I need to do is and then say HTTP um, servlet request. Then I'll say request and then equal to uh, it's going to equal to this request over here within the input field. So I'll say request, and then I need to typecast it to, or first I need to import it and then typecast it. Okay, so now down here I'm going to do an if statement. Okay, and a set rules. So I'll say if, so I'll say if request dot get request URI. Then I'll say start with this time around we're gonna use full um, that full URL that I was talking about. I mean the full, if it starts with this particular URI here, then we need to set the rules for it. So sorry about that. Then within here we're gonna set another if statement. So then I'm gonna say if. So basically what we're gonna do now is here within the if statement we first have to get the session first and say, so within the if statement we're gonna say session dot get attribute. Then what we're gonna check for is the token, and then we will also check and see if it's equal to null. And then we're also gonna get the 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 user attribute as well. All right. So what we're doing is we're gonna check if the session token is set up and also the user being is set up. The user attribute, if it's set up. If it's not, if it's null, then we're gonna redirect the user back to the login page and ask them to sign in. All right. So then for the message we'll say to be logged in to. All right, and then there we're gonna set the response. Okay, then we'll say request. and then remember to forward the response, request response. And then I need to copy this here and also set it over there. All right, so just to recap, basically what we're doing is we are basically going to intercept any requests made to this URI. So the user if the user is trying to access this page, what it's going to do is it's going to intercept this request, check for the two session attributes, token and user, and then if they are not set, and then what it's going to do is it's going to redirect the user back to the login page, sorry, login.jsp page, and then it's going to also display this error message over here. So within the login page, again guys, apologies for this, I know it's a bit messy, but we'll just work with this for now. I'm going to copy that message there, then paste it there. Then within here, I'm going to copy this attribute and then paste it both there and in there. I'm going to set this back to primary, to danger, sorry. All right, so I'm going to stop the server and then I'm going to restart it again. All right, so let's just see if um, if our filter will work or not. Okay, so just need to refresh that. So let's try and log in. So we're going to log in. Oh, actually no. Let's see if we can access the dashboard page. All right, so as you can see, um, our filter worked. It basically intercepted this particular request. Anyone trying to access the dashboard without logging in, it basically returns them back to the login page, and then it displays that error message that we just created. So now if we try to log in, then now it allows us, because it's basically checking for, if we go to the login servlet, it's basically checking for these two values here, the session token and the user. Oh, actually I'm wrong. It's supposed to be session token, not token. Uh, oh, actually I'm wrong. Okay. So for somehow it allowed us to log in, but it was actually supposed to check for this and see if it's showing or not. I mean, if it's available or not. But yeah, uh, just log out again. Uh, well, in any case, it is intercepting the request and redirects us back to the login page. I mean, to the login page and showing us the error message. But there's one thing I want to try. Um, Let me just say that over there and that over there. And I want to just refresh the server just for a second. I want to stop it and restart it again. Okay, the server is up. Um, okay, so I want to try something else. I want to log in and see if that filter will intercept the request or not. Okay, all right. So I was checking just to be sure, because as you saw, initially we didn't put this session token in this name attribute wasn't it was initially as token before, and but still it allowed us to log in. So I think what it did was, because here the condition was being met. That's why it allowed us to go through to the dashboard. But because now we know for sure that at least it's checking for these two values, the session token one and session user one. If it's not set, it redirects us back to the login page. So at least I know now that it works. So let's just test one last time. All right, so it's working now. So I'm gonna log out and kill the session. I'm gonna try again and go to the dashboard. All right, so it's basically forbidding the user from accessing the dashboard without logging in. Now, there's one other thing that I noticed while I was building this. Though the filter is protecting us against anyone trying to access the dashboard using that URL, it doesn't necessarily protect the dashboard.jsp page, which is currently sitting within our app folder over there. So it doesn't protect against that. It only protects against the that particular URI. So for example, if someone were to just guess, for example, let's say app, and then obviously 98% of the time someone will probably guess that there is a page called dashboard.jsp, and if they were to press enter, it will allow them to access that dashboard page. Now don't mind the styling here. Remember, because the way we've set up the our style sheets up here, it's looking for resources, but then that's basically sitting within the root. But then because we're using the request dispatcher, like I said, it treats the dashboard page as if it's sitting within the root folder itself. That's why it's not showing the style sheet. But this is exactly the same dashboard that we were looking at earlier on. So now, to get around this, for the time being, what I did was up here at the top, I opened up a scriptlet, and then what I did was I said created an if statement. So all right, so I'll say if request, no, actually, sorry, the global variable is session dot get attribute, and what I went for was the session token. And all right, and then if the session token is null, or if there's no session token set up, we're gonna request, redirect the user back to uh, and obviously we're gonna use um, I'm gonna copy that URI there and then paste it there, but obviously we have to change that to login. All right, so this is how I got around it for now. So if I were to refresh the page there, it should redirect us back to the login page. All right, so again, if we try again to say app and then dashboard.jsp, it's just gonna keep bringing us back here up until the user is logged in within the system. Okay, so just to recap, the filter, I don't know if any of you have worked with Laravel, but this is pretty much similar to middleware within Laravel. So basically with this filter, what we're doing is we're intercepting any requests made to this particular URL, right? And then what we're doing is down here, we check to see if there's a session set up and if there's a user session token and user attribute setup, session attribute setup. If not, then it redirects the user back to the login page, and then it displays that error message over there. So this is how we are using to protect the anyone trying to access the dashboard using that URL. And then obviously for the dashboard page, at the top there, I set up a scriptlet to check for that session, and then if it's not set up, the user will just get redirected back to the login page. So yeah, that's how you can use a filter um, um, to protect dashboards from being accessed without logging in. Hopefully, I've made sense, or hopefully, I was able to give you some idea as to how you can use filters to or how you can use filters to for authorization and so forth. All right, guys. So yeah, that's it for our login and register app. I think this is our last video. I hope it was a little bit more informing. But yeah, that's it for now. Um, for those of you who haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, guys, I'll see you guys within the next tutorial. So thanks again for watching. For those of you who've been following along from the beginning. Cheers for now.